Yes, sir. Y'all know what time it is. Back again with another episode of the We Here Now podcast, episode number 22. I am your host, aka Mario the Cameraman, Coffee Sosa, Coffee Big Real, Lil M, whatever you like to call me, as long as you like, comment, subscribe, and let's get right into it. Back again with another episode. Whoo! I'm feeling it after the last episode I dropped last week. It's really just momentum, and a lot of you guys have been here with me as I go through the stage of trying to perfect the craft and get better. But after I feel last week, it kind of gave me I don't say it kind of gave me like confidence, because like you got to have some type of confidence to be recording a podcast and put this out for, I almost said like thousands of people, for just like people that know you to see your work. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, is a momentum thing. It's like I felt confident about last week, and now be rolling back in to this week. So we just gonna run it up back to back, and then just keep on progressing. You know what I mean? But how was y'all week? Y'all weekend? Y'all was good? No trouble. Everybody safe. Y'all family good? Kids good? All right, cool. That's what I like to hear. Now I want to check up on you guys. Now we're gonna get back to what I've been got going on. And I like to start with like a weekend recap, like I always do. But before we go any further, let me take a sip of this hot Joe. Ooh, that's it right there. That's the spot. And look, it's December in Cleveland, so it's cold as all hell right now. Me personally, like some people like are really coffee drinkers and stuff like that. Me, I'm not really a coffee drinker. I guess I'm like a social coffee drinker. You know what I mean? I might have a little coffee while I do the podcast, and that's really about it. I go through my phases, but it's something about when it gets cold outside, it just makes that coffee so much better. You know what I mean? It's like when the summertime comes, like I'll drink coffee. If I drink coffee in the summertime, like I'm drinking like in the morning when it's the coldest. You know what I mean? But it's just something about drinking hot coffee when it's hot outside that just don't add up to me. Like it's just a whole. It's a Christmas Eve vibe. We got the little Dunkin' Donut festive cup. We got the Christmas tree. You know what I mean? Doing it up. But I don't know. For me, it's just a vibe really when it comes to coffee. You know what I mean? Hot cup of Joe, snow outside is all good. And these past couple days, well, since the last time I recorded the podcast, we've had a lot of snow and then gone. We've had a lot of snow. It stayed, and then it kind of slowly brushed away. So we're at the point right now where it's starting to brush away now. But the thing is, when all that snow melts and then you get a little bit of rain, it be slick as hell outside. Like I almost broke my neck going to work this morning. You know what I mean? That almost killed my whole morning. It's like, keep in mind, like for the new job, which I'm gonna get into as well. But I'm out of the house early. I gotta be out of the house at 6 a.m. You know what I mean? Luckily, actually, I'm not gonna say the distance stuff like that, but regardless, I have to be up early in the morning. You know what I mean? I'm feeling myself. I'm about to go to Dunkin' Donuts, give me something cold. Man, I stepped off that step and I damn near almost broke my neck. Now, there's been times I actually slipped and fell on some ice, but that's stuff you got to worry about, when it comes to the snow. You don't just got to worry about it being cold, but you got to deal with all the elements that it leaves behind, and that's one of them is the ice and slipping and shit like that. But hold on 1 second, I'm not ignoring y'all. I just got to do my little ones and twos before we um. Yeah, my bad. Yo, usually I got a little timer on here that tells me like how good I'm doing. But whatever, I'm just gonna eyeball today because like I said, I was just such a good mood, ready to, rolling out the momentum from last week to get back in and give y'all another episode of this podcast. So that is exactly what we're gonna do. So forget what I was talking about, snow, cold, whatever the case. Boom, back to the new job. Cause like I was telling you guys, pretty much that's like my title, like if I'm gonna do something, like for the most part, like I'm gonna drive, and I don't even know when that happened. That probably happened when I was working at Amazon, and I was there for 4 years at Amazon. But I mean, it's just something so calming about just being in the van by yourself. You don't have to worry about over your shoulder like telling you, oh, do this, don't forget to do this, all this stuff. Like for me, like I know what I gotta do. Like for me, it's like boom, I put it like this. You don't have to tell me all the intricate parts when it comes to each step. Just you can give me a list 30 items long of things to do. But for me, as long as I know I just got to get all that stuff off the list, like I'm gonna get it done. You know what I mean? All that extra stuff trying to tell people do this, do that. No, you don't have to do it like this. I do it like this, and regardless. Now I'm gonna get back to the work stuff, but before we go even farther, I feel my lips getting a little chapped. Y'all saw the little white stuff starting to creep around my lips, and y'all ain't saying nothing. Y'all fake as up, boy. I'll tell you. That's that pause, but this that cupcake batter. If you see anybody putting cupcake batter, car makes on their lips, leave them alone. That's all I'm gonna say. Hold on, let me get a little on top of that. But let me talk about this new job. So, like I said, I drive for a living. So the job that I have is transporting kids. Now, I was under the impression that it was under most kids that special needs, autistic, but come to find out it's some autism, and then a lot of these kids is like behavior problems. So like if they get kicked off the school bus or fighting or whatever the case may be, they just have issues. We are the ones that are going to pick them up. We had a little van. It's not a bigger bus. It's a little bit smaller, so it's a little bit more in close encounter space, just for I don't know exactly what. I would just assume that closer proximity. Obviously, you don't need a big bus if you're only picking up a couple kids, but close proximity. The kids are kind of close to you. Kind of keep an eye on it, stuff like that. But that's also why I definitely enjoy doing the job, because I feel like it's definitely meaningful. You know what I mean? Because like I said, it's not an easy job. Like I said, you're dealing with autistic kids, and you're dealing with kids with behavioral problems. You know what I mean? But like for me, like that stuff is definitely it's more satisfying than, I don't know, just doing a regular job where like your boss treats you like crap or whatever the case may be. Because at the end of the day, like it's about the kids. You know what I mean? Nothing else. So whatever a manager feels about something, if it's not ultimately beneficial for the kids, like we not doing it. And I respect that, because like I said, it's all about the kids. Like we gotta protect the kids at any chance we get. So this couple weeks it's been about 2.5 weeks now I've been doing the job. So like as it's like with anything that you do new, you know what I mean? It's gonna be like some hiccups in the road and just communication differences, you know what I mean? Now like I said, the job isn't hard to do at all, you know what I mean? Like the hardest part is like really finding like where the kids are to pick them up and like when to drop them off. But like you get a list that tells you like where their address at, like what school, and pick these kids up. And then so like as far as that goes, like it's pretty simple. But the people I've been working with are people I dealt with this gentleman. He's been there for 5 years, and then I was with a lady this morning that's been there for 2 years, and I'm recording this. So I was at this is a Tuesday, so I was at work early this morning. I got a nice little break, and then I'm gonna go back a little bit later and then finish picking up, you know, the rest of the kids. But like I said, they got a lot of experience there, so it's like everybody kind of has like their own way of doing it. But like that's the hard part when you're new, because like when you're new, is like you're getting information from somebody is like they've been doing it for so long, it's almost like second nature to them. Like for them it makes sense, but for me a lot of the stuff still doesn't make sense. Like I said, it's not a hard job, but it's like, well, any job that you do is like, okay, let's say like you work at McDonald's and then you go to Wendy's. Boom, they both fast food spots, but like they gonna be operating just a little bit different. They sell pretty much damn near the same items and all that, but it's like how they go through their day-to-day steps is going to be different. That's what I'm realizing at this job. And I deal with a lot of older people as well, which is kind of funny. Is like I deal with a lot of older black people, because this is a black-owned company. And now that I think about it, there's only black employees that I've seen. Now there's probably some others, some white, from the Caucasus Mountains, Asian, Greek, all that stuff is probably in there. But like I said, I've only been there for so long, so I don't know everything. But that's also cool that it's like a black staff. Both my managers are black, my employees are black, and so on and so forth. But like I said, I'm working with older people. So like older people, like they so caught up in their ways, like how they do stuff. Like for me, like when I get out, just go pick up a kid, I'm putting it in my GPS, because I haven't picked up any of these kids. So like I don't know off memory like how to just get to their stop. So I'm in the car with this lady, and like I'm driving. Now I wasn't supposed to be driving today. Like I was in there monitoring her, because like we had a bunch of kids, and it was like some of them were kind of bad and some of them were good. So they needed somebody else to go on her with this ride. So that's exactly what I did. And at first she was driving, But my only problem I have with this, like, she got me as a monitor. As a monitor, like, really, all you're supposed to do is, like, you're supposed to help the kids. You know what I mean? That's all you do. You open the doors, you make sure they're good, you buck them up, boom, you do all that stuff. Like, for her, she was trying to make me do, like, everything, though. It's like, you got to, like, radio in. You got to call people when you pick up kids. You got to call when they drop off. So everything is documented. When you get there to the house, you got to write the mileage. You got to write the time you got them. When you drop them off, you got to do the mileage time. So, like, everything is, like, very structured and down to a T, you know? But with this lady, she kept trying to do me like she had me doing stuff I wasn't supposed to do. So eventually she just had me drive because she kept trying to get me to drive the whole time. I was in the office with the lady, the manager, and she was telling me, okay, you're gonna be the monitor, you don't drive, yada yada yada. Man, as soon as we walk in the building, she's talking about, oh, so do you wanna drive? It's like, man, I will drive. It's like, don't play me like that. You literally just heard her say, like, you supposed to be driving. I'm not supposed to be driving. We walk at the door. You trying to, you want to, no, I don't want to drive. You know what I mean? Because, like, if I was going to drive, I could have just been in the van by myself doing it by myself. You feel me? So it's like, I just don't like situations like that because, like, I didn't necessarily ask to come on this ride with you. You know what I mean? They put me in with you, you know, because I'm not, they don't have me on a set route yet because my days are all mixed up. Like I have 3 4 days, then I have like 2 days, which kind of split down the middle. So boom, I don't have a permanent route yet. So they just tagged me in with this lady, but like she trying to get me to do like all this extra stuff, and that's the thing that also plays to like when you have a new job and like the language barrier and stuff like that. Like anytime you're at a new place, like the people who are veterans there, they gonna try to get over on you on any chance they can get. You know what I mean? Like I feel like just the nature of the business. You feel me? Like with anything, you know. And I wasn't really feeling that, you know, because like I'm not scared to work. Like I do my job. Like I don't have a problem with that. But it's like don't be trying to finesse me just to do stuff just because like because you think I don't know better. That's really what it comes down to. You taking advantage of me because you think I don't know better. You know what I mean? But I don't know, that's pretty much it. Like I said, it's gonna be interesting. I'm dealing with, a lot of people that are like around me, like my aunties and uncles to an extent, mainly because they're around the ages of these people. Because keep in mind, I'm the youngest person there. I'm 27. I think the next closest person to me is like probably in their 40s. You know what I mean? So it's like I deal with like a lot of older people. But it's like I said, I don't really care. I can get along with, and I can get along with, as far as I don't want to say babies because babies be all that crying. Like, I don't know, I'm gonna have time. I say damn near infants all the way to like, 90-year-olds. You know what I mean? So like, I'm gonna adjust regardless. But like I said, they cool people, and that'll just be some adjusting as well because people are trying to, tell you what to do. But I finished my shift. Um, all good and dandy, nothing tripping about. But yesterday when I had finished my shift, it's a gas station right down the street. Cause like I'm in a new working area, so I'm seeing like some different stuff. I'm like, okay, they got this. Boom, I go to this gas station. I just got finished work. I'm trying to get me a little snacks, me a couple of drinks to get me by through the next day. I walk in this store, this gas station, bro. They got everything. Like they had like the widest variety of snacks like I ever seen in my life. Like so, instantly when I walk in there, like they got all different types of candies and like it's not like when I say different types of candy, I'm not talking about like oh they got Starburst and Skittles. Like no, they got the Starburst, like the Fave Reds, like they got the Trop, like they got a wide selection of all these candies. So like I walk in the store, man, I'm picking up stuff. I'm putting stuff down. See something I'm picking up. I'm putting stuff down. So I'm doing all this, doing what I want to get through the store. Boom. Now I got my snacks. I don't really get munchies for it. Like when you've been smoking for a while, like people are like, oh, you got the munchies because you smoke. Like no, I just actually gotta eat. You know what I mean? Like I was hungry before I started eating. So I just started, or I was hungry before I started smoking. I'm just gonna smoke before I eat. Duh, like two birds, one stone. Duh. But so I get my snacks. Now I gotta get me a bev. You can't forget the bev. Never, never, never. Boom. Same thing. Like the snacks, hella varieties for the snacks. Same thing going with the drinks. Like it's certain stores. Okay, I'll put it like this. Certain stores, like they try to overcharge when it comes to certain drinks. You know what I mean? They charge $3 for a Dr. Pepper, so on and so forth. They got Barks red beer or Barks red cream soda. Now anybody who knows me, they know I love me some cream soda. Is so delicious. But usually it's regular soda, so it's like $2.49, $3. I saw this and it was $1. I'm like, cool, I grabbed it. But here's the thing, I'd already grabbed me in Arizona because I'm in the gas station. Like when I go to the gas station, I'm not really trying to buy no soda because I'm not trying to pay no $3 for no soda. And I go to the store and give me a whole 2 liter for $2.50. But the thing is, I don't like. I go through my phases of drinking pop, so like I don't be needing all that soda, you know. So it's like to me in the middle. So boom, I grab the Arizona iced tea. I keep walking down. I give me one of them little cheap energy drinks. It's like a rip. It's like $1.25. Now you heard what I just said? $1.25 for an energy drink. Do what you want with that information, but I did it. And it was delicious. It was a cotton candy flavor. So I got a cotton candy energy drink. I got a cream soda drink, and then I got the Arizona iced tea. But boom, now I'm doing the math. I'm like, okay, boom, boom. Together, the Arizona and the Barks together, that's $2.25. All right. But um, I'm doing the math, so it's like, not okay. If I'm just gonna spend $1 for the Arizona and $1 for the Bark, I can just get the Barks instead of getting the Arizona. So that's exactly what I did. I grabbed the Barks. I walk to the counter. You know, I got to get my essential. I got the snacks. I got the bev. Now I just need my utensils to smoke out of. So I grabbed some cones. So keep in mind, I said I walk in the store, I'm grabbing stuff, picking stuff down, grabbing stuff, picking stuff down. At this point, I don't know what I got, but I know one thing that I do got. I got that Barks cream soda. That's my ish. Like there's no way I was leaving out the store without that. So I thought. So I get back to the house. Boom. I got my energy drink in the cup holder. Yada yada yada. I still got to go back in for another shift. So I was like, boom. I'm gonna say this for the morning. And then I'm having my barks for later when I smoke, you know. My mom was making some pot roast, you know, with the mashed potatoes and the greens and the gumbo. Ooh wee! Gone. So I definitely need a cold drink for that. Bro, tell me why it's time for dinner. My mom cooking this up, bro. I cannot find this Barks root beer. I'm like, man, ain't no way. Like everything else in the bag, I got the grandma cookies in the bag. I got the Tootsie Roll fruit bites. I got them in the bag. I got everything in the bag. I got the cones in the bag. I got everything in the bag but Barks root beer. So now I'm tripping. I'm like, man, ain't no way this walked on out of here. So I go check the car. Don't see it. I check the freezer. I don't see it. I check the fridge. I don't see it. I asked Camilla, did you touch my Barnes root beer? She looking at me like, no. So I mean, she can't really talk. So I gotta just whatever, check her word for it. Bro, I really got finessed at the gas station. They charged me for the drink, and I never found my drink. To this day, I still haven't found that drink. So you know what I think happened? Now I'm not even paying attention. I'm in the gas station. No, I'm so excited about the snacks and the Barks root beer. You know what I mean? So I'm like, oh, it's gone. Like I can't wait to get to the crib. I just got, man, it's a deal. Man, I was so hurt, bro, because like he at the register, and I think like when I gave him the Barks root beer, he scanned it, but I don't know if he like put it to the side or whatever the case may be. So long story short, I got home and all I got was my energy drink. I don't have my Arizona iced tea. Now, granted, I might have put that back because I was putting stuff up and I was putting stuff back. But I know I did not put that Barks root beer back. You know, so gas agent man, he definitely finessed me. He was an older guy, but like I said, it's kind of close to my job. So after I get off work today, I'm gonna see what's up with that Barks root beer because like I said, I got charged for it, so I need some answers for real. But hold on 1 second. I think we are. Actually, just hold on, y'all. Who's man? Who you know in the world that can just get up in the middle of the podcast and just go walk off, come right back, and y'all still tuned in, man. Y'all the realest. And speaking of that, the realest. I'm just gonna go ahead and say it. This is the number one podcast in Cleveland. I'm not gonna drink my drink right now. I really wanted to drink it, but when I say something like that and then I take a drink, it makes me look guilty. This is the number one podcast in Cleveland. Facts. Look it up. If you don't believe me, type in We Here Now Podcast and see what pop up. Type in top Cleveland podcast and see what pop up. You want me? I ain't gonna do your homework for you. Do your homework, come back and tap in and drop it in the comment like, oh, you was right. This is no more podcast in Cleveland. Now, granted, it is on let's just say an uneven ground just because there aren't a lot of podcasts in Cleveland. But that don't matter because I can't control if people are doing podcasts in Cleveland or not. Oh, this is actually a funny story too. Um, the name of the podcast, the We Here Now podcast. So I already broke that down how I came up with that. I've been pushing off for a while. I've been trying to do it, and then finally was just like, you know what, we here now. You know what I mean? Gonna name the podcast that. It was actually another podcast that was called We Here Now Podcast. Now I didn't realize this until um I finished doing my YouTube page, my band, and all that, and then I posted my first episode. So like, I'm trying to like how you guys would do it. Like, okay, We Here Now Podcast. If you're gonna type it in, so I typed it in, and this podcast popped up. And I was like, I was a little worried because, like I said, I don't know the dude. I think they're from like St. Louis or something like that. But like, obviously, I don't know the people. But like, it kind of had like that weird feeling in my stomach. I was like, damn, I don't want people to be thinking like I'm just like trying to copy off them. You know what I mean? Like, I saw the name, yada yada yada. So I did my Googles. I looked on their page, and they had, I think they had like four or six episodes on there. Um, Hold on, let me actually. This really isn't that important that I need to look this up right now, but this is a podcast. We're having a conversation. Sure, y'all not in no rush. Y'all probably working out. You know, you watching the kids, or you stalking your ex, trying to see who she with, who she dealing with. Like, bro, I get it. I get it. Y'all not tripping. Just stay tuned. Oh, I'm looking it up now. I don't even see they stuff. When I type in "We Here Now" podcast, like I said, the number one podcast in the world pop up. Look, say what you want, but man, I done got them boys out the pain. Damn boy, I just want it was. I just thought it'd be a little bit of friendly competition, but whatever the case may be. But I said that to say is like I knew that I didn't steal the name from them, and I knew I was just going to outwork. I was just going to put more episodes out than them and just just compete like that. And sure enough, I did. This is episode 22, and like I said, I can't even find I can't even find their YouTube channel. But yeah, I mean, just tunnel vision. Like at the end of the day, like whoever's work is actually there, like they just gonna go to. You know what I mean? And that's the thing. It's not like a family mentality when it comes to like podcasts. You know what I mean? And now it's like seems like it's a surging of podcasts that everybody is doing podcasts. But at the end of the day, like I watch a lot of podcasts, so that might be true. But like at the end of the day, like a lot of people are coming out with podcasts, but like there's no podcast or there's really no podcast in Cleveland. Now, no disrespect to anybody who has a podcast in Cleveland. I just looked up the numbers and said, what's the number one podcast in Cleveland? Surprising, like surprise you, they pulled up your boy. But I don't know, all good and fun. I said, like I said all that to say is, just keep working, and the work is always going to show. I know when I started doing these podcasts, when I saw they only had like 6 episodes, like, that was never an option for me. The thing with me is why it took me so long to start the podcast is because I knew once I started, I wasn't going to stop. And here we are, for wait, June, August, September, October, November, December. Wait, technically this is the 6th month, but this episode 22 dropping um this week. Now, we are going to actually I'm taking a little sweetie swig. But I'm gonna take a commercial break and we'll be right back. Yeah, yeah. Do it now. And that's another thing I actually wanted to say too, because the homie Scotty, he actually has a podcast. Shout out to the Outline podcast. I don't think they drop that frequently, but like he got his clothing line. They're making they're making moves out there. So shout out to the homie Scotty doing his thing. 'Cause I know people like that's the only person I know for real, like in Cleveland, that actually got a podcast. Everybody else, if you felt some type of way, I said something about your podcast. Like, I'm not being disrespectful. Like, I'm not being rude, but it's just like, bro, like, facts is hashtag facts only. Like, if you type in, man, y'all think I'm playing. Y'all think I'm playing number one podcast in Cleveland. Go look for yourself. Go look for yourself. But moving on, because it's feeling a little egotistical for me talking about numbers and shit like that. I'm really just talking shit, honestly. Like I'm not talking shit about the number thing. That's a fact. Yeah, it's a fact. But I don't know. Like for me, like I don't really. It's not all about the numbers. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, like I just want to put out a product that people can appreciate. And I feel like for me, I always as I get older, I lean towards long form content for obvious reasons. It's a little bit easier to dissect, and context is everything. But yeah, I don't know. Some people they repost the same Facebook post that everybody else is posting, or on Twitter, or I do the same thing. At least with this, is like I'm doing my research. It's coming straight out of my mouth. I'm not regurgitating like sentiments that other people have said without doing my research. How I feel about it is how I feel about it. And then also sometimes I'll just get on here and I'll talk shit. Don't take it too serious. But moving on, and this time I should talk about it as well because I kept seeing this online and the fact that I deal with kids, drop them off at school. Like, what's been going on with all the boom boom threats at school? So I just heard like a lot of parents weren't taking their kids to school because and I don't even know exactly where it was at, but like because I seen people like I went to school where they kids go like maybe go to the west side, on the east side, people that are like 2 hours out, but it's like a lot of people wasn't taking their kids to school, and I don't blame them honestly. Like I remember when I went to Streetsboro, there was a bomb threat at the middle school. Like it was like a year or two before I ended up getting there, and obviously it was definitely like a big deal. Um, I think that no, we didn't have to go to school because our school was like it was at the middle school, but we like right next to the middle school for us. So it's like we didn't have to go to school either because if it's a bomb, you don't know how big that boy is. It might blow up the whole block. But I don't know. It's just a bunch of craziness in the world. And I don't know. I'm definitely glad I'm out of that situation as far as school and stuff goes. Because even when I was in high school, so I graduated in 2014. So, well, technically, I was supposed to graduate in 2014. I didn't walk. I couldn't pass my science OGT. So I ended up eventually getting my diploma once I passed my science OGT, which is such a crazy narrative, anyways. Because like I think I only need like 21 credits to pass, and I had 25, and I still couldn't walk because I didn't pass my science OGT. And look at me. It's 10 years later, and I ain't been using no damn science. So y'all didn't let me walk the stage because I didn't pass science OGC, but it don't even matter. That's crazy. But moving on, something I like to talk about myself on this podcast. I do apologize. But definitely when I was even still in high school, like by the time it was like my sophomore year, like I was already like paranoid going to school because like man, it was school shootings happen all the time. You know what I mean? So like I'm like okay, I'll put it like this: like where I live out now is it's a high chance that you can get shot or shot at. I don't walk around as much fear around my own neighborhood as fearful as I was in high school because like you just like a sitting duck, you know what I mean? So it's like somebody just come to school, you don't know what's going on, you don't know which way to run, like none of that. So like that always like suck with me and also made me very like paranoid. Like in high school, it's like bro, like when they used to come on with the announcement or like do like little fires or something like that, man, I'm always the first one up. Like y'all talking about, oh, if somebody comes in here with the weapon, they try to hurt us, we gotta stay in the classroom. Look, if somebody come in the classroom with a weapon, look, I'm on my own. I'm not listening to you guys. I'm doing whatever you want. I'm not about to die because I was listening to y'all. That sounds crazy, but that's also why I can't like shout out to like all the military men and everybody who has the resilience to do stuff like that. It's like me, it's gonna be I don't even say it's gonna be a struggle. Whatever. That's besides the point. I can get through the training camp. I know the training camp is tough and stuff. I can get through the training camp. The problem is like when I'm out on that field and I start getting shot at, man, I'm young your own. Y'all shit. We supposed to go this way. Look, I just cut to the left and did my own thing because at the end of the day, it's like I'm not about to let nobody be like make the final decision of how I am or how my life gets ended or how I get away with it. You know what I mean? So definitely uncomfortable for me by the time I was in high school and all that stuff was going on. But I mean, but we just gotta pray for people honestly because at the end of the day, it's like anybody who is not on some weird shit like doing the boom boom threats at school or like the active school poppers, um it's bro, I don't know, it's scary. Like every day, like you're really just trying to avoid crazy people if you're not crazy, you know what I mean? Because like stuff like this happens all the time. Like I don't even watch the news, but some of y'all probably watch the news. Y'all know what's going on. When y'all turn to the news, it's always like some sad stuff going on. You know what I mean? And that's enough to scare me away from. I mean, not scare me. That's enough to keep me, super paranoid about all this stuff going on. Like it just it's just a crazy world that we live in all the time. You know what I mean? That's why with me, I'll be in the crib, like I'm out the way. You know, it's like I'll do my ones and two, but I have to. I'm not like confined to my house. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, it's like certain places I don't go because like situations I've been in where stuff happens, you know, where it's a large group of people, it's a lot of alcohol downtown, you know, you had a festival at the college, like all this stuff. Like I don't get in the mix or all that. You know what I mean? I didn't live a wild life to make it all the way to this point. I'm over that. Some of y'all need to know when to retire and hang up the cleats. Man, I don't know if it's the car mix or the coffee, but man, I keep spraying like a mug. Good thing ain't nobody here. It'd be all up on them. Damn. But yeah, let's pray for people. Just avoid crazy and, you know, protect yourself at all times. But man, I was talking a lot about me. I know y'all love when I talk about me. So that's enough about me. Like I said, it's my pocket, so we might come back to it today. They're like that. We might come back to it, but I want to get into some of the mainstream stuff, and most importantly, let me not say most importantly, but for starters, we're gonna talk about Blueface, the girl with the missing tooth, and Stewie. Ah, my bad. We're gonna talk about Blueface, Chrisean Rock, and Jaden Alexis. Because Blueface is definitely hurt about the whole situation going on with Chrisean and Jaden, because now he done lost both his girls, you know what I mean? So he going through it. But as always, it's been a dumpster fire of media attention going on around them because their life is just pure havoc, and you know people just pull up a chair and kind of watch, and that's what's been going on. But it definitely started to heat up more. Blueface, he comes off as like very you know, like he don't care about women when it comes to himself, like do what you want. But clearly that's not the case. I mean, I feel like all men, it's certain women that get you to act like that, and I feel like Blueface is definitely dealing with that. I mean, he's dealing with his baby mom well, he didn't lose virginity to, but a girl she lost his virginity to him when they was in high school. So you know, it's always gonna be that connection. But I feel that it's annoying as hell. But like, you always gonna have that connection with that person. You know what I mean? And then with the Chrisean Rock, like that's like you know some new cheeks. You know he was dealing with after with Jaden. That's probably the first girl he really like messed with tough like that since Jaden. But that's all I have to say is it's looking bad right now. Chrisean got the tattoo covered up on her neck, but she still got like 7 more tattoos to cover up something crazy. But our bros have to say is like Blueface comes off as someone who's very you know, like I say, he doesn't really care, but he's definitely been showing his hand a lot when it comes to this Jaden and Blueface situation. So they've been going back and forth, yada yada yada. Blueface pulled up when you know the best friend had allegedly had the baby and no parent was around her, yada yada yada. Whatever the case, I'm bringing all this up to say Blueface, he definitely in this film, and you can tell when doing this to him when he started exposing stuff. So first things first. He okay with the beef going on with him and Chrisean exposed that Blueface tried to, you know, get at NLE Chopper's baby mama, which is OD just because Blueface and NLE, you know, they both they have a decent relationship, you know. I wouldn't say they're like best friends, but like they definitely are very um it's not like acquaintances, like they're actually like friends. I feel like in the industry it's a lot of like that industry stuff, but like I feel like those two are actually friends. And it's weird that Blueface was trying to get at NLE Chopper's baby mama. But this can all be a lot. Chrisean can just be saying stuff to kind of create some division, you know what I mean? But like Blueface also started taking shots at, or NLE Chopper started taking shots at Blueface, saying he was tender and yada yada yada. All this other stuff. So all this over Chrisean. So how does Blueface respond to this? Well, him and Chopper went at it a little bit, yada yada yada, not much to say. But then Blueface did something that was very unusual, and I hate to see stuff like this. And let me not say hate, because I don't like. It's not a lot of things. I really don't like stuff like this. Is the fact that Blueface called out Chrisean, but why he was calling out Chrisean, he actually exposed Offset as well. So Blueface was like, "Yeah, November 10th at 4 a.m. You're at their house in L.A." Now this is snitching to the highest degree. This is a life sentence of snitching. You know what I mean? Because as a man, like regardless if your girl was doing something or not, like the way he be acting, you be acting like that's not even your girl anyway. So like, why do you care? You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, like for Blueface, I think that's mad important for you to be exposing if it happened or not, because Offset, he enjoying his song, or him and Cardi B broke up, so I don't know how much he's enjoying the song. But at the end of the day, like you rich, bro. Like I don't know, like you get over that, you get some other whatever. But Offset mind his business, and all of a sudden he wrapped up into this. You know what I mean? But not cool. It's never cool to drag in another man that's minding his business. And I'm gonna speak from my perspective as well, because I've had situations like this. Now, me personally, I'm not a homewrecker. Like if I know like dude got a boyfriend or whatever the case may be, like I'm not even gonna entertain it. I'm not even at the state where like, I'm really trying to have no girlfriend for real. Anyways, like if it makes sense, I can't deny. Like obviously, yeah, but like, at the end of the day, like that's not really um that's just not what I'm personally looking for. But I've had situations where men have reached out to me. I had a guy reach out to me like it's probably like 8 months ago, like talking about some girl I used to mess with, and like he thought like we just gonna they're gonna be cool. Like, oh, I see why you don't mess with her no more. And it's like weird. It's like, why is you even telling me your business about you and Shorty? You know what I mean? Like the relationship me and her had, what you telling me, it's not even the same thing. You know what I mean? So she probably just didn't even mess with you like that, or like you're a cornball. And I'm gonna lean towards you being a cornball, because like me and you, like I know of you, but I don't know you. Like, why are you DMing me talking about some female I used to mess with? You know what I mean? I could be weird stuff like that. It's like I don't even mess with the girl, like you talking to me about the girl. Then I had another situation. Like I said, I'm not a homewrecker. I'm minding my business, and I want to put stuff together. It's just in case somebody can like put the pieces together, whatever the case may be. But same thing. I'm single. I'm on my business. I'm not even dealing with the girl, but this is a girl that I've dealt with for a while. You know what I mean? I'm talking about like high school. You know what I mean? And then like in our adult life. You know what I mean? But like her boyfriend or whatever the case may be, like by the time her boyfriend hit me up, I probably ain't talked to this girl like 4 or 6 months. You know what I mean? Like, it's no beef, but it's like, bro, you got a boyfriend. Like, what is we talking for? You know what I mean? Because I know how you feel about me, and I know how I feel about you. Like, if it's a possibility, like that shit gonna happen. So it's like that's why I don't even like to play with that. You know what I mean? Like, man, whenever you like when you done with your situation, like it can be what it be, but like, man, like don't put me in the middle of that. You know what I mean? And somehow I still ended up getting put in the middle of it. Like, dude reached out to me. He blowing on my Facebook. He blowing on my phone. I was like, bro, how you even got my phone out? And this dude, the other dude, I knew kind of as acquaintance. So, like, whatever. If he, it's different. This dude, I don't know this dude at all. I only know you from a shorty. You know what I mean? Why is you messing me on Facebook? You messing me on IG? You texting me, ain't snapping me. First of all, you a grown man. First of all, if we not cool or nothing like that, and you a man, don't snap me. What is you snapping me for? That shit is weird, bro. But I say all that to say is like, I understand where Blueface is coming from. I'm kidding. I don't understand, because I feel like that's just bogus. You know what I mean? Like you being a home wreck, you just expose some information because you feel some way about your situation. But at the end of the day, like that is just mad corn. You know what I mean? It's like just mind your business. Not everybody's business, and that's the thing with them. Like they use social media to kind of get a rise out of each other, and it works nearly every single time. But moving on. Charleston White got attacked at a show. Man, it was like I don't condone nothing like that, because honestly, Charleston White is funny as hell. He be saying like some real stuff, and I've been saying that, and people are starting to realize it now. It's like he say like a bunch of wild stuff, but like he be saying like some real ish too. So it's like you kind of got to discern which is real and which is not. But I said that to say is like got jumped at the show. Dude was talking crazy. Charleston White, Charleston White, he not soft. Like, he quick to grab something and throw it at you. That's how I started. Dude was talking crazy. Charleston White mentioned something about the uncle and the nephew being there together. I'm not going to imply what Charleston White was saying about the two men and what they possibly do together. But that's what mentioned. Dude ain't like it. The nephew came up, started hollering Charleston White. It's like the little flower pot, bouquet, whatever. Nah, he just, boom, do it. He kind of missed, but like enough to knock his hat off. So now the dude, he get on stage like he about to come rush him. As he coming to get on stage, Charleston White, he got a mic. Boom, try to hit him, miss. Okay, moving on. Dude got past that. Now the dude standing up be on the stage. Charleston White grab a chair. He go to pick up a chair. Not the nephew that was already chasing him, but the uncle come out of nowhere. Football. Boom! Just spear him. They got him. Tom start start doing him dirty. But like Charleston White, for as crazy as he be talking, the fact that he didn't have like no real security when that happened is probably his biggest mistake. And the thing with Charleston White, he is very open about defending himself. He got a bunch of like weird weapons like railroad screws and pig porkers and all type of stuff like just blunt objects to really mess you up with. So like he's not afraid when it comes to stuff like that. But like that's definitely a situation where he definitely needed some type of security there for sure. For that reason, because I mean, I don't think Charleston White is getting no 50K to do no stand up. I think he probably got like probably like 5-10,000 for doing that little stand up show. Because he kept mentioning that, it's like, man, I already got the back end. I already got the back end. Like, he not tripping. You know what I mean? And in case y'all don't know what the back end is, you get some money up front, and then when you actually show up, boom, they give you back end. That's how your payment is. Boom, boom, together. So he's like, I already got my paper. I'm not tripping, but like that's the thing. When you somebody with money going against people who may have money but not as much money as you, they gonna get on you for them comments. So that's exactly what happened. But even Charleston White talking about the situation after, like, bro, Charleston White is hilarious, bro. Like, that's all I gotta say. Like, he keep tricking people out of their bag. Like, he getting y'all in the trick bag. It's like, bro, why is y'all messing with that old man? Man, let him say what he want and let him just move along. Just like you treat any other old person. Like, if I walk outside, I'll go to the store right now, and it's an 80. Actually, let me not say, smack shit. Don't, boy, don't play with me. I don't care. I don't care how old you is, boy. You better be cool. But I say that to say is like, you gotta kind of. Charleston White is also somebody who is openly like, yo, I'll call the police on you. So when he got like all these gangsters trying to antagonize him and all this stuff, like he don't care about none of that. All you doing is helping him build a case so he can get y'all locked up. You know what I mean? So man, just play smart out here, But last little bit of news I want to talk about. I want to talk about the Young Thug YSL trial. It's been going on for a couple days. I ain't been keeping up that much, but I've been tapping back in and out. But one thing that I saw in there that made me laugh is, hold on, let me pull this up, cause I gotta be ready for y'all. Y'all be on it. But so he got all this. It was a post and delete, but like he got all this slang. He sent the music, swag, YSL, slack, op, slime, gang, and Glock. Now, post and delete, he has said, broke down what all these mean. Swag equals someone who admires God. Man, I'm dripping with swag, boy. YSL, young soldiers of the Lord. Amen. Slack, show love all the time. As we all should show love all the time. Everybody love everybody. Op, overly positive pal. That's funny. Slime, seeing Lord in me every day. Who can be mad about this? Clearly, Young Thug is a Christian, God-fearing man. Gang, going above normal guys. All right, no comment. Glock, guarding lives, overcoming challenge. Now, Young Thug's been locked up for a while, so he's obviously tapped into his creativity bag when it came to stuff like that. But they doing everything to try to paint Young Thug as not being a gang member. And I mean, respect for anybody trying to do whatever they can to be free instead of snitching. But that's all it is, And this just let me know, like, not say this let me know, but how serious it is. But this let me know how far he's willing to go to prove that some of these things are untrue. Now, anybody who listens to Young Thug or you listen to music anyway, you hear swag, you don't be thinking, okay, YSL, you're slap, like you don't slime, gang, Glock. Ain't none of that, man. Man, shout out to Young Thug for trying to create a vernacular that stands for Glock. Because when you hear Glock, you think one thing, Glock, someone about to get popped. No, he said, no, Glock, no. We don't play like that. Glock stands for guarding lives and overcoming challenges. We would never go out of our way to do something so foolish. But apparently, that's what's going on. But got a couple more things you want to get on before we get out of here. And I don't have my little. Hold on. I'm sorry, y'all. I gotta. Okay, Camille, I got you. I got you. I got you. I got you. What's the deal? So, okay. We good. We got nothing. We got this one. All right, we good. We good enough to get cracking. But before we get out of here, one more main thing topic I want to talk about before we get on out of here. And Bluesy was on the phone with his son, having a conversation, pops, son conversation, just having a real conversation. And this son I'm talking about, he make $1,500 a day trapping. Keep in mind, Boosie got bread. He got like a 32,000 square foot estate with a movie theater, a bowling. He the type of person, like, when COVID happened, he wasn't tripping. He was doing everything. He got a restaurant in the house. He got the bowling. He had all this stuff in the house. He ain't got to worry about going nowhere. So his son talking about he making $1,500 a day trapping. Man, I feel so bad for these kids that got parents with money. Like, they just want to be gangsters so bad. You know what I mean? Like, I wish, like, no, I don't want to say I wish, because I appreciate my parents I have. I'm not even going to play with that. But for some reason, if I had, like, some corny dad that was, like, I'm not saying corny because of the job. I'm just saying, like, real, like, stiff, like, snitch dad, like, whatever the case would be. If he was making all that fettuccine, I would be the lamest dude in the world. No arrest. I'm not fighting. I'm not doing none of that no more. Cause for what? You do all that. You do all that to overcome challenges with your Glock. You do all that because you have to do it. You know what I mean? He don't got to do that. Now, granted, he making good money. So he making 3 bands in 2 days, or in 4 days, he making 6 bands, and in 2 more days. He making about 9 grand a week. He doing well. But at the end of the day, it's like your pops is Boosie. Like, you could be, I don't know. Like I said, my pops was Boosie. I'll just be doing some camera work for Boosie or something like that. Because like I said, like, just off the name alone, you Boosie's son, people gonna try to give you bread anyways. Why? Because they want a chance for, like, your pops to come through. So I don't know. I just look at it like that. And last but not least, before we get out of here, I lied again. Damn, I don't know why I keep doing it, because I want to do some questions. But a segment of things I cared briefly about. I ain't got nothing this week. Just some promo. Because as we get around the Christmas holidays, as you can see, I'm getting a little festival. I'm going to add a little bit more as we go on. We got about 2 more weeks until Christmas. But yeah, that's what we got going on. We got a white Christmas tree. But with the holidays going on, I want to get some shots to some people that have some that are running business. And first, I want to shout out to Royalton Gift Shop, because this is usually around the time I go there and get a bunch of gifts. But I'm being selfish this year. Look, I'm grinding. I ain't getting no presents for nobody, man. I got hella nieces, hella nephews. So if you're thinking you're getting something from me, you're not, and I don't feel bad about it. Whatever the case may be. But Royalton Gift Shop is a shop I like to go to over there on Royalton Road. The girl I went to school with, Sam Fazio, my bad, the home girl I went to school with, always takes care of me. Little cute little boutique shop. So if you're shopping for the women and you are close to that Royalton area, go check out the Royalton Gift Shop. And it's Sam and her mother. And tell them your boy. Actually, don't even tell them I sent you, man. Just go, man. I don't care. Just go rock with them. They got great deals. Not stuff super expensive, but, like, it's all cute stuff. And then I always say that, I think I'll be saying this wrong, but Cafe LA, coffee shop. Shout out to my homegirl Kayla. Went to school with her. But like I said, let's support these small businesses around these times, because obviously people worry about getting gifts or stuff like that. So go to the gift shop, get you some gifts for the family, and then go to the coffee shop Cafe LA to catch you a little vibe. Now, I was going to do, like I said, how I always end up with the answer to the question, but we are running low on time. So we are not going to get to do that. Actually, I lied. I'll do one question, then we'll get out of here. What would you rather have be random? Your weekly paycheck ranges from zero to double your paycheck, or what you eat for dinner every night? Now, honestly, every time I go to work, I need exactly what I work for. I don't need no mystery guest, none of that shit. Give me what I work for, and we good. I don't care if I get double, or you can just give me actually what I paid. Or what you eat for dinner every night. Honestly, for me, it's going to be what you eat for dinner for every night, because I really don't care what I eat for dinner. I'm super simple. I can eat chicken and rice and broccoli every single day, and that'll just be it. You know what I mean? I only eat to not die. Really, I don't like eating. I don't like eating long. If I'm eating, I want it to be quick, and I just want to be done with it. But that's just me. If you guys don't know yet that I'm a weirdo just based off that answer alone, who doesn't like to eat? I am one of those people. But this has been another episode of the We Here Now podcast. I am your host, and yes, sir, Mario the cameraman. We out.